Go for another hard braking for another hairpin. That is difficult, a lot of sliding in the entry. Turn and keep the acceleration for the fast part of the track.
The throttle is the most precise tool Valentino has under his command when riding, and as such, he treats it with the utmost respect and understanding. It is not an on-off switch, but a finely crafted instrument that will, with correct use, give him the precision needed for fast lap times. The throttle should be applied the right amount at the right time. To understand this, we must think of the corner in sections: entry, apex, and exit. Each one of these sections requires a very different application of the throttle. At the entry of the corner, as he turns the bike onto its desired line, the throttle is closed. This loads the front suspension, which, as well as using the brakes, allows the bike to turn more easily. Once on line, he needs to settle the bike by using a gradual, continuous roll-on. Once he can see the exit, or his next marker, and the bike is coming upright, he can start driving, getting harder on the gas and controlling wheel spin.
All this part is in acceleration, quite full, and have a long double left corner that is very fast, and accelerate another time and go for another hard braking for another hairpin.
The timing of when Valentino looks ahead to his next reference point is just as important as where he's looking. Of course, to start this process, he has to know what he should be looking for, and this can be broken down into the following basic points. A brake marker, an entry point, an apex, an exit, the straight, or the next corner. Most people understand and know the need for a braking marker, but the other 4 points are just as important if you want to go faster. Whenever you see Valentino in the middle of a corner, he is already looking up the track for the next reference point. Without them, he would be inconsistent and his lap times would be down to luck. MotoGP bikes all have launch control that allows the rider to keep the throttle fully open and simply drop the clutch to get away from the line. First of all, Valentino needs to get his body position right, even with start control. He gets his head tucked right up front and inside the screen. His right leg is on the foot peg and left on the ground ready for the launch. The left foot is just holding the balance of the bike until he can get it on the peg as soon as possible as the bike starts to move. Bringing the revs up to about midway for the start, some racers blip the throttle. Valentino holds his steady. He then feeds the clutch until it bites, and as the lights change, he gradually increases the revs. If it starts to wheelie, then he can stroke the clutch lever so it disengages slightly, reducing power to the rear wheel, or use the rear brake. Not getting the foot onto the peg quickly enough can cause wheelies, losing valuable forward drive. The sooner he gets it on the peg, the sooner his centre of mass is closer to the front wheel, keeping it from going skyward. In a chicane or S's, the only way Valentino can get through at speed is to turn the bike very quickly. The reason race bikes are designed to be a little unstable is to allow this quick change in direction. The quicker he can turn the bike, the faster he can go through. If he turns too slowly, the bike will not change direction in time and he will run off the track, as clearly demonstrated here. Body movement is a crucial element in changing direction.
And after a braking for a very difficult left corner because it's downhill, and another fast change of direction.
Valentino needs to get his body moved across the bike as quickly as possible, but this can create instability, and he can lose a lot of time if he does it incorrectly. Again, there are some basic steps. In this case, timing and technique. A chicane is the one place on a track where he has to make the largest and quickest changes to his body position on the bike. When Valentino approaches a corner, he sets his body position before the turn. This means that when the bike is leant left, he has already moved to the right, ready for the right turn. Then, as the bike goes right, he moves to the left, ready for the left turn.
Is important, very important the line, because after I have a double chicane that pull you in a long left corner that make all in acceleration, and after I have another chicane that go a lot uphill.
Valentino wants to get the best speed from his bike at all times, and how he positions his body on the straights has a huge effect on the top speed of the bike. A small difference in body position can have as much as 10 kilometers an hour difference on any bike's potential top speed. To get as much speed as possible, even on the shortest straights, the first thing he has to do is relax his grip on the handlebars to allow the bike to be as stable as possible. Now fully relaxed, he gets his head forward and right behind the screen, getting so low that his chin is almost resting on the fuel tank. This helps the airflow over the front part of the bike, and this alone will give him a good terminal velocity. For those last few kilometers an hour, he will slide back to touch the seat hump, creating a more streamlined aerodynamic silhouette.